All right, welcome back to episode 9 of Cyberpunk Rewired. As we've done previously, a little bit of info into the cyberpunk world. In 2013, well, not in 2013, but Cyberpunk 2013 established the core three concepts to achieve the essence of cyberpunk universe. Style over substance, meaning it doesn't matter how well you do something as long as you look good doing it. Uh, if you're going to blow it, make sure that you look like you planned it to go that way. Tenet number 2, attitude is everything. Think dangerous, be dangerous. Think weak, be weak. Never walk whenever you can stride. Don't sit around waiting for the next job. Be there when the party starts. And lastly, live on the edge. The edge is where risk takers and high riders go. On the edge, you'll risk cash, reputation, even your life on something as nebulous as a principle or a score. Um, Edge runners aren't just in it for the action, they are the action. Where we left off on episode 8, there was a influx of individuals that came in to report missing persons. This has been a trend in San Francisco and in LA. Unbeknownst to any of our characters, our villain of the event has slipped in while everyone was busy and put a note in some paperwork that was on Detective Zorganoff's desk, kind of burying it in what could be a case file, could very well be his case file. The same case file that Max asked to have copies of. So we will pick up with the precinct dying down from the influx of people. Detective Maria is sitting with Nixie going over the paperwork for the missing persons. Um, Max and McFly are slowly making their way over to Max's desk to go through the case files that he requested earlier in the evening. It is about 1 a.m. on October 27th. Max, upon returning to your desk with McFly, you see sitting there amongst your paperwork a large case file um, that is wrapped in twine the way that every case file is, and it's just marked The Revenant.
Can I examine the case file?
Yeah, you undo the twine that is attached to all the case files, and in it is a multitude of information from photographs to locations of the previous murders and different things like that.
I want to take a look at the different photographs,
All right.
see if I find any kind of information on it.
So as far as the photographs, they are, taken by the precinct's photographer. Um, they are all of the gruesome murders. So you see each of the tags from the murders. So you see this is evidence number 1, this is evidence number 2, so on and so forth. Um, Nothing really specific sticking out to you. Just a lot of gore and brutal mutilization of a lot of different bodies.
Can I match the time period from when these people went missing from victim to victim? As far as
Victim,
I'm sorry.
so victim to victim, it is if they put a timestamp on when they were reported missing to the time of the first death is less than 24 hours. So for San Francisco, the first murder happened less than 24 hours after everyone came forth with missing persons. And in LA, the Black Dahlia case happened within 24 hours of the missing persons report. Um, the second murders seem to happen within 48, and then so on and so forth. Almost a day later, a body continued to pop up
Okay.
until the last day of the month, where there was no fifth body. Nothing ever popped up, just another missing persons case.
Can I check the notes and the letters that were maybe left at the scene of the crime that's in evidence
So
that the
when you,
killer might have left?
yeah, there's
I'm
different
looking for
ones.
I'm looking for personality traits.
As far as personality traits, the way that it is coming across is the murders themselves seem very spiteful and vengeful murders. Granted, it seems like the name the Reverend or the Revenant. Roll a library check with a DV of 12. So you remember watching something on TV that mentioned different ghost types, and you remembered the Revenant being the name of one of the ghosts. Um, they were vengeful spirits. Some of them had unfinished business. Um, they could be malevolent entities. Um, and things like that. So this could be a reason why Maria named him the Revenant, or there could be something, deep in the twines of things of why the name Revenant came to be. Um, the photos are, like I said, vicious and spiteful, whereas the notes that are written exude intellect whenever he's using words in some of the victim notes. It's very well written, very mastermind like. Um, that of someone with a very high intellect. It's not just some drugged out person off the street. Um, it's someone that knows the characters that he's portraying all too well, um, as if he's He's lived in that type of world um, for quite some time. Roll me a perception check with a 12 DV.
When you say 12 DV, I just don't hit regular perception. I go,
No, 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 no. A 12 DV, that's a difficult value. So you
okay,
have to
okay, okay.
beat, whenever you hear DV, DV is
Yeah,
difficult value. So 12 is what you're beating,
okay.
10 is what you're beating. You notice in the notes as you're pulling them out, there's a piece of paper that doesn't look like copied paper. It it looks like an original piece.
I want to examine the paper.
The concealed notes, or the concealed note that has remained undiscovered so far until early morning of the 27th. The atmosphere so far is that bit of an overwhelming, chaotic atmosphere. Everybody is all hands on deck, staying late to kind of catch up on work, going through plethoras of reports. Everyone's reports are pretty much the exact same thing, copies of case files. You notice that, you know, the detective and Nixie, they're on a board placing different location charts, and you've discovered tucked away beneath the case file or intertwined in the case file is something different, something that no one has even mentioned. So, being intrigued, you open up and you find that there's a message and a map. With curiosity now piqued, you open up this letter and start looking at it. There's no real distinguishing places on here. What there is lines suggesting pathways and a mysterious X that is in a location on the map, but it doesn't really fit anything that you've seen so far. On the other side, you see written, "From the shadows I emerge, a dark soul reborn."
I want to stand up and walk over there toward the board, toward Nixie, and
McFly, I'm assuming that you are on Max's heels pretty much at all times at this point.
Yeah, I ain't got shit else to do.
Gotcha. As you stand, and a shiver kind of courses through your spine, realizing that
That's gay.
this is no longer just a case that someone else is working. You can feel like now finding this that you're intertwined just as much as the other detective is. So you make your way over to the board where Nixie and the other detective is located.
I'm gonna turn to Maria and ask her, "This look familiar to you?"
She
I want to show her the paper.
she goes and grabs the letter and looks it over and mm, No, this is where did this even come from? Because the the only thing that even remotely that I can even recognize is the message on the back here. That's kind of on the same lines as it was in um, the Night Stalker murder. Because remember, and she starts looking through the paperwork, and you see she points to one. Amidst the neon shadows, I emerge anew. The city streets shall run red with the ink of my legacy. Prepare, Night City, for I am reborn. She flips the letter and says, I mean, there's a lot of similarities. Where did this come from?
I guess amidst all this chaos in this police precinct, someone placed it in my case file. The file pertaining to this case. Supposed to be
Um,
regular printer paper, you know, but apparently
yeah, because
this got snuck in.
everybody's got copies except for the chief, which has the original. She points to McFly. They said that you're the net runner. You know, you can navigate. Take can you give him your key card for here and have him go and see if they can pull up the security cameras?
Yeah, sure, I don't mind. Just don't wander off, kid.
I mean, come on. Do I look like a wanderer? Plus, I got to come back here for Miss Maria. You know what I'm saying? I got to come back for her. I plucked the key card from him, and then I'm like, all right, where do I go now?
Just head on down the hall.
Yeah, it's on the left, I believe.
Hmm.
So you head
All
down
right.
to the unassuming corridor, darkly lit. The door, as you approach, opens up without the key card having to be used. Oh, what's up? You were in the lobby with the detective. What do you need?
Oh, I'm down here to do the stuff. Yeah, they wanted me to look into something. Said that you needed a little bit of assistance.
Um, so what are you looking for?
A little this, a little that. If you could actually just back up a little bit and let me get over here. Uh, I reach into my pack and I grab my PDA to hook up to their system.
Whoa, what are you doing, man? You know that this is all classified information.
I mean, well, that's why they gave me this, and I like flashes key card.
I mean, you know, as long as he knows if anything happens, it falls on him.
Uh, totally sure. We take full responsibility as fine law upstanding citizens, and you have the right to remain silent.
Astonished at what was just said, he just slides back, and I'm gonna give you I guess some birthing room to do your thing. I'm gonna go grab a coffee. Do you want anything?
We ain't giving birth in here, but you can go give me a bunch of different Baja Blast. I'm sure y'all can still find that for me. So come on,
It's
I need
it's supposedly Mountain Chew and Power Slade mixed together. So I don't know.
Yay.
We'll see.
It'll do. It'll do.
So your PDA attaches to the system, and now you have access to all of the camera feeds.
So, what exactly was it that he wanted me looking for again? In fact, I'm gonna back up all of the files that I am getting access to
Hmm.
onto my database as well.
Gotcha. That'll probably take you a few minutes. Nixie, what are you doing while the detective is putting up all these gruesome photos and cryptic letters?
I am activating my cyber eye and doing my own personal recordings of what's going on, and I'm just observing silently.
Max, you and Maria sent McFly to the security room to see if he can come up with anything.
Mhm.
She hands you back the note and says, "This is new information. This isn't anything that I've come across."
Seems like you knew that kind of well right off bat.
I mean, I've literally been on this file. I haven't slept within the last 3 days, so yeah, I know it very well. I can quote pretty much everything so far.
You call it kind of obsessed with it, right?
Why wouldn't I be? I mean, it's third city, and there's no leads unless he's giving it to us or her. Who knows? Them, they, multiple. Who knows? The only thing
Mm.
that I can say is if you look at his writing or their writing or her writing, who's ever's writing, it's it's different. It's something about it is it all looks like dried blood in every case, and this is new, so we need to run that. But the writing that he uses, they use, it's deliberate, it's sharp, it's angular strokes. It's it's almost that. Have you ever had a prescription written?
Yeah, plenty of those.
So if you look at any type of script that's written, it has that. Um, that's really all that comes to mind because I've done plenty of cases that notes are glued together in some way, shape, or form. Someone doesn't wear a glove, we get a fingerprint off of a letter. Whoever did these murders and wrote these messages deliberately made sure that there were no fingerprints, that there was no saliva, no hair, no anything. Even the bite marks that were left on the victims, it's almost that of fake teeth. Nothing matches in any database that we've ran.
Hmm.
As you look at the letter, everything she says rings true. The crimson ink bears an uncanny resemblance to dried blood, that of any other note that's been left. The
My
only
money is this is the last victim.
the folded parchment possesses an eerie aura. It's got that aged appearance, the faint scent of iron from the blood. Its texture is slightly rough and almost as if exposed to moisture in the air. Um, and then, as mentioned, there is some type of weird map, a rudimentary sketch kind of drawn with disturbing precision, almost as if traced, and then the prominent X that appears in the paper.
I'll tell you what. Let's go to forensics. See if they can run this blood and see if we can get a match.
Um, yeah, let's make a copy of everything, and then we'll head down to the forensics. Because I don't know how long this will take, and we need a copy of this. So she grabs it, puts it down on the copier, copies both sides, and hangs it on the board. All right, I haven't been to forensics here, so let's go ahead and go.
Maybe we should run it by the chief. He'll be all right. Screw it. Let's go
Well,
to.
I mean, his office is on the way, so we can just swing in.
Nah, that's
Okay.
not the way things happen here in Night City. I want to head straight to forensics.
She is on your heels. Nixie, roll perception for me. I need a DV of 12.
Just a moment. My computer went to sleep.
Should have gave it a 1, man.
As
You said perception.
yes, perception. Let's see, because I heard it pop, I just don't see it.
Yeah, I don't see it either. I heard it pop.
Let me try reloading real quick. Oh, there it is.
I see it. 15 minus 8.
15 minus 9.
Nothing sticks out to you. Are you staying there, or are you on the heels of the detectives?
I'm going to stay close to Maria.
McFly, what about you?
Do I see anything in all this shit I'm decrypting?
The main thing that you see is that the moment that everybody walks in to start reporting these missing persons, you see that the cameras lose feed. It's not all a stretch. You've used that type of technology before. All it does is it's some sort of EMP that only targets specific areas, and you actually have to hook it up from a power source, probably somewhere outside of the building. You know that they're meant for a 5 minute to 10 minute interval.
Uh, I want to. Where is Max and them at?
They are heading down the adjacent corridor. From you, you can actually see on the security cameras.
No, okay. Well, I'll just text them some of the findings while I keep looking. And I wanna. I'm gonna dig into. Can I dig into the other IT dude's personal records?
Um, from that location, probably not. I would say if you made your way to the IT area, you probably could.
How far is the IT area?
Couple doors down,
That is like 3 doors down.
very well could be.
I can't just look on the security cameras and tell.
I mean, you see, it's not like it says security room number 3.
This is a horrible fucking layout for a building. They need to fire the foreman.
The security guy comes back and he's like, "There's no Baja Blast, but I made something that might taste the same."
Nah, I'm good. I don't want anything that man made. So, in fact, I want to strike up a conversation. So, what's it like working here, man? You seem like it's a pretty cushy job. Seem like this is, you're the coolest guy on campus in here, man. I bet you be like getting all the ladies when they come in here need their password reset.
Um, so did you go to IT or are you still in the security room?
Nah, I'm still in the security room, but he came back, right?
Yeah, the security guy did.
I thought this was the fucking what's your name guy. Oh,
No.
in fact, this is even better. Hold on, where is that? Do I have that? Pretty sure that should be a fucking thingy. I thought it was fuck. Oh yeah, it is. You do have pickpocket. Well, no, I don't need it because I got Max's security card, right?
Yep.
I can go anywhere I want to.
Yes, you can.
I can go wherever the fuck I want. Um, you know what I'm still gonna ask the fucking. I'm gonna ask the security guard what's it like working there, man. What's his name? Like Big John or some shit? What's his name?
Let's go with Malcolm.
Sure, Malcolm. That's a very security-like name. So I want to know. I want to know what Malcolm feels about working security at the police station. Please.
I'm gonna be honest. I've only been here for a few months, so I'm kind of learning everything. But all in all, I mean, it gets kind of boring in here because with working security rooms, it's just it's just looking and making sure that there's nobody suspicious. And I mean, there's only been one instance of somebody coming in that looked super weird. Big jack dude, cyber psycho, and they were on him before I even could alert anybody. So, it's I guess it's okay. There's not much to do. Um, I'm not really a beat cop, or anything like that. I'm kind of still in the academy, which is why they put me in here because I'm supposed to just kind of be learning and looking at body language and things like that to interpret. You know, um, it's all new to me.
Yeah. So what can you tell me about the body language of this one? And I can we see Nixie on the camera?
Yeah, you see her walking with the detectives.
uh, profile her. What do you think her deal is?
You know, if she doesn't really have like a special stride to her. Um, Nervousness maybe. Could be for because I think that she's like I don't know like a news person or like a blogger because I've seen her talking to her camera, or I hope she was talking to her camera. If not, then that kind of adds another layer to it. But um, nervousness maybe. But that's really all so far. I mean, you know, um, the thing that I did notice from the cameras. Did Do you know that your friend, the detective Zorganov, you know that he's a bit of a alcoholic?
Alcoholic. Look, man. Look, first, not my friend, my uncle. Remember that, okay?
Okay.
So I get it. Yes, my uncle did have a bit of an issue with the sauce, but it makes him better. There was this like show from like back when he was like younger, like uh, 18 billion years ago, right? He used to be called House. About this doctor, he was drugged out of his mind, but him taking those drugs made him better, right? The same way with my drunkle, right? He drinks and it makes him even better on the case. He becomes like a top tier detective. You got to understand. In fact, you might want to, take a little sip of the sauce when you're off duty. Not right now because you need to focus on these cameras, okay?
But that
Focus on
contradicts
these
what you
cameras.
said.
Focus on these cameras. But when you're off duty, you take a little bit at a time. You can't go full tilt like my uncle. You're not him, okay? You're not him. Remember that. But you want to be like him one day.
But I
So
mean,
then you
but my
sip,
pronouns are
you
he,
sip,
him. So
you
I
sip. Okay?
uh,
You can have whatever pronouns you want, but I want you to be proactive and remember, sip slow, and you too can one day maybe be like the great Drunkle Max. I
okay.
say as I like do like a little like ooh with my fingers and back out of the security room and head towards the IT area.
I choose a few doors down. Max, Nixie, both of you make it with Maria to forensics.
Okay. I want to halt Nixie and tell her authorized personnel on.
Maria kind of looks back. Um, I mean, she kind of is authorized. Um, she is the one that's kind of reporting the case. So
Well, she did her job, which was leak the information that
how are you going to
serial
get in the
killer
door
out
without a
there.
key card?
You got the key card.
Yeah, but
Plus, I work here too.
still, um, how are you going to get in here without me letting you in? You know what? She's with me. I don't. Ever since the three of you came into the precinct together, there's been some type of animosity. Why is it? Is it her? Is it her profession? Like,
Oh yeah, definitely. I don't trust the media.
but we need the media at this point. So
Not right here. We're giving out practical evidence to worldwide, like to whoever our followers are. Wouldn't make any sense.
but she's gonna get it whenever we come back upstairs. So you know
Yeah,
what? Uh,
we're just gonna leak it to her.
there's no leak. She's working the. You heard what the captain said. She's working with a. You know what? I don't want to argue with you. She turns over to Nixie, and I'll meet you back at the desk.
That's fine. I told you he was an arrogant prick, so let him have his superiority complex
It's
moment.
pronounced
And
superiority.
thank you. And I'll just catch up with you. It's not that crucial, even though he wants to make it a bigger deal than what it is. I have done nothing to him, but he clearly has some internal issues he needs to drink out.
She pulls her key card and swipes it at the door, and the door opens. She walks in with the paperwork, looking back, waiting on Max.
I want to walk in the door and shut it.
Door is now shut. She hands the paper to you. Have at it.
Yeah, I want to examine the room, see if there's anybody.
There are a few desks. One older guy sitting there, kind of going through paperwork. Yeah, I'll be with you in a minute.
I want to strike up a cigarette. And there.
As the cigarette burns for a moment, he turns to you. Put the cigarette out down here. You know the rules.
Look, I just need this paper looked over.
Yeah, that's great, but put the cigarette out.
You got a tray?
No, I don't, because there's no smoking in forensics.
I
Look,
want to put the cigarette out on his desk.
Max, come on. Look, we go through this every time you come down here. Stop smoking, or I'm going to not allow you down here. All I have to do is call IT and get them to take away your access on your card.
So you're gonna prevent me from doing my job,
The
saving people.
okay, first off, the chief can come down here if it's that big of an issue, and I'm sure that if he hears about you smoking in forensics, tainting evidence, what if we needed to know that the killer was a smoker and smoked the brand of glamour that you smoke? Now every bit of evidence is going to smell like glamour. Like, have you been drinking? Are you all right?
I want to pull out a drink from my jacket. I have been drinking. You want a sip?
Look, what do you need to know? Like, what is this paper?
I want to slide the paper across his desk. There's some blood on that. I need the. I need the. I needed Rand. Figure out what's going on.
He puts on some gloves now that it's been touched by who knows what. Flips it over, pulls out a what looks to be a scalpel and starts prying at the bits of blood to pull them up. Puts them in a container, starts running it through the database of everybody.
Hey, what's your name?
What's my name? We've only worked here. I've only been here since you've been here, and you picked today to ask me my name, even though that's on the door. You turn and you see his name is, in fact, on the door, backwards at this point, but still on the door. Are you going to try to remember his name, or are you going to try to?
I want to try to say his name back.
All right, so
Attempt to.
let's go perception with a DV of 12.
Dang it! I was hoping to. I was hoping to fail it. I was hoping to fail it. I'm not even gonna lie.
Oh man. So you meet it, and you see that his name is James Mercer.
James Mercer. You sure you don't want that drink, man? Seems like you're kind of stressed down there.
I get stressed at 3 people in this precinct, you being one of them.
And who are the other two? Maybe well, you probably don't know Grant. He's not a policeman. Who are the other two?
It would probably be Mendez and Turner, the other 2 detectives that you work with.
Yeah. Mendez, he can be the real pain. Either way, you sure you don't want to drink, man?
If you, we've worked together,
I want to slide the bottles.
and you realize I've been sober since forever. I don't drink anymore.
Sobriety is a myth.
No, sobriety is a truth, which I am.
Suit yourself.
You hear
Maria, you want to sit?
a blip on the screen where things are being ran. And it comes back for a prostitute named Elizabeth White. Well, there's a match.
What's the match?
Looks like one of the red light district employees, um, Elizabeth White. Um, let's see,
You say that name? What was the first name?
Elizabeth.
I'll tell you what. Send the files back to me. Whatever you.
Yeah, I'll send everything down.
I want to grab the bottle immediately. Get up and walk out of the forensics.
She is on your heels and turns back and tells him once he's finished, send it up to the chief to put into the records. McFly, you are in IT now.
Where's the like head IT guy?
The guy that you've seen earlier the day before.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, he
I want
is. He is there. What seems to be the central location of the IT department.
what does it look like he's doing? Does it look like he's doing anything important?
Important. Let's roll perception. Let's see how important that it looks to you. DV of
Okay.
12.
Oof, damn, man, my perception don't be that high, man. I'm getting these tough rolls.
You see, it looks like he's trying to rebuild a hard drive.
Okay, so I just slide on over there. I'm like, hey, what's up? You're the head honcho around here, right? You're the smartest guy in the building, I believe, right?
His glasses slowly slide down his nose and he pushes them up and looks at you. Um, for a lot of things. How? Why are you? Why are you even in here? Where's the detective?
Special agent access clearance pass, and I flash Max's uh card real quick, and I'll put it back. Yeah, so I'm here. I gotta, like it's some top secret, like internal affairs type deal here. Okay, so I'm just checking around. I'm trying to see, what, how does it look? How is it working here? How is it
Okay,
for you? How are these
listen.
conditions?
Don't touch anything because I doubt you know how these nodes and networks are even used. Um, so keep your hands to yourself. Um, everything's running fine here. Um, I'm rebuilding a hard drive, but everything's running smoothly.
What's wrong with the hard drive?
Well, this was thrown out of a car during a chase, and I'm in the midst of rebuilding it to see if I can get anything off of it because all of the input slots are damaged. So before I can actually hook into it without um, soldering in anything, I have to rebuild it first.
Oh, sounds like a toughie. Sounds like a toughie.
Especially whenever you're interrupted and you're not used to it because no one comes into the IT department. But you know, this is
That's
where we're
true.
at.
But I'm sorry to interrupt you, and I'm not gonna touch any of your stuff. But Malcolm, the security guard, told me that there were some issues with his password. He can't leave the cameras. I was told to tell you to go over there and help him. I mean, I can leave here, I can just stand here, whatever makes you feel more comfortable, but you should probably get up there and help him out.
He's 3 doors down. Why is it so hard? Look, don't touch anything. I'll be right back. He goes to leave the IT department. There's a few other people in there, but they're not really paying any attention to anything that's going on.
Okay, so first, I am gonna take my PDA. And I am also gonna copy the files from the IT department on, onto my system.
So give me a d6 roll 1 through 3. You get it with no issue. 4, 5,
D6 is always
6.
bad.
4, 5, 6. There's some complications.
I thought I would want to roll higher, but all right.
Look, we got to bend the
These
rules a
rolls,
little bit.
I don't know. These rolls always seem backwards. It's like I thought you want to roll a 4, 5, or 6.
Oh man, not in this case.
Right. But I also, besides that, I also wanted to fix his hard drive.
Okay. So after you make that first roll, roll another one, and we'll
Okay.
do 1, 2, 3. You get it. And it's salvageable. 4, 5, 6. It is junk.
Man. Ah, damn. I feel like these should always go into my like actual text stuff so I could actually get a chance to get it. But I guess a random D6. So the first one is for the copying, right?
Yep, copying without any complications, it seems.
And the second one is for
That hard drive is completely shot. Um, no matter what work is done to that, nothing on there will be salvageable without taking it completely apart and putting it all in new casings and things like that. Basically, the long way.
uh, I don't think there's anything. No, the well, I guess that would be in basic tech, but I mean, because I
Yeah,
really don't care about this.
if
I
you
was
were
gonna say,
gonna
I was,
if you were gonna
I was gonna
rebuild
say,
it,
can I like just take his?
I mean, you really haven't been ID'd. He knows
Like,
he
I'm like,
knows
don't
where to.
nobody know me. I kind of want to just take it and scrap it.
Yeah, I
Or
mean,
like take it and like just rebuild it myself instead of like trying to salvage it for him.
yeah, I mean, it very well could be done. The only thing is, the only connection is via Max's card.
I mean, what they gonna do to him?
Well, I mean, still stolen from an area.
Stolen is a very a very liberal word here.
Well, I mean,
I,
it was in
I,
possession of one person, and
I
now
like
it's
to
in the
say
possession
I
of
like
the
to say
other.
move to a later date. So
I
well
mean, that's up to you if you want to take it.
yeah, I'm gonna take it. I'm literally just gonna leave before like, I'm just gonna go.
So yeah, the
I've already
copy
copied
was
my IT
done.
stuff.
Um, so are you walking out with it in hand or are you hiding it?
No, I'm gonna put it in the pack.
Let's do conceal and reveal.
Where is that at? Oh shit. Is that under what is that under? Body? No. Control. Nope. Social. No. That fucking what
It
is
is
that?
under awareness.
Okay. Okay. What am I trying to meet? Is this a
We'll do
D?
DV of 10.
Uh,
All right, you managed to slip it in the pack without it getting caught on anything and dropping and breaking. Even though that I hope that was what was going to happen.
Oh, listen, man. Look, bro.
Look, man.
The smartest guy in the room, man. You know, it's already broke. He don't need it.
Indubitably.
He's the smartest guy. He pushed his glasses up and everything.
So you make your way out of the room. Nixie,
Yes.
you have been left at the forensics door. Um, what do you do?
I am going to activate my cyber ear
Yep.
and eavesdrop on everything they said earlier. And then just kind of wait
Roll.
for them to come out.
Let's see. There's anything for this before I go to just a random d6. I don't see anything. Random d6 1 through 3. The area is soundproof to where you can hear nothing. 4, 5, 6. Okay, it is soundproof. You hear nothing from the other side.
Okay.
Do you want to try anything else? I don't know how good your lip reading is, but there
Do
is
they? Yeah, I was going to ask you if there is windows where I could try to lip read.
Yeah, I mean, you can try at the front door.
Okay.
It's under awareness.
Yeah, you ready?
Yep. DV10. All right. You are able to make out everything that they said, which I'm not going to repeat because you heard earlier.
Yeah. So I just am basically waiting outside the door for them to come out.
Gotcha. All right. All right. Let's see. Max, you and the other detective make your way over to the door where Nixie is waiting eagerly.
Yeah. At this point, I'm wondering where McFly is.
Yeah, you haven't seen him in a good 20, maybe 30 minutes.
So I want to go on search for him.
So you're basically walking out, bypassing Nixie, and going to look for McFly.
Uh, okay, I'm trying to remember the layout. IT room was
Basically across the precinct. So IT and security are on that side. You are on the opposite end in forensics.
got you. Okay, I want to head toward. Well, I guess that was the last known location.
Was the security room.
Oh, security. Okay, security room.
As you're walking toward there, you see coming out of the IT department
Oh,
McFly. Um,
kid, what are you doing?
Roll perception. And your DV from where you're at, and we're gonna go with a DV of 12 to meet. You see, upon him walking out, you see that he is stuffing something
Oh my!
into his bag.
Well, that's the funny part about it because I wasn't gonna lie to him. It wasn't like I was gonna hide it from him.
Kid, what are you doing?
Oh, I was helping out the IT department. You know, they said they needed a professional, but then they told me I was dumb and I was ugly and I couldn't read good. And I think one of them was gonna throw a phone book at me.
Whoa. What did you stuff? What did you stuff?
Oh, you mean the hard drive? It's like busted. he needed some help with it, so I'm gonna fix it.
You know what? Just let me get my key card back. We're going to stop at the armory.
Cool. So like, you got some like extra weapons and stuff in there, and I'll pass it to him. Hey, where's Miss Maria? Where's Senora Maria?
He's right over here.
You
I
look
want to
back
turn his
to
phone
where
for.
where he pointed. It is back down the hall. She is with Nixie.
Oh, she's with Nixie.
Uh. And that's what I'd say that audibly too when I see Nixie.
Oh, look, you didn't stir up too much trouble in that IT department, did you?
What trouble could I get into?
Tons of it.
Nah,
You can
not a
hit
trouble.
you
Well,
both can
guy.
hear a bit of a ruckus, a dispute, if you will, coming from the security department of something about a password that needed to be reset.
Oh, do you have anything to do with that?
I don't know what you're talking about. I thought we were supposed to be going to the armory.
You know what? Let's do that. I want to head to the armory.
All right. Nixie, you and the detective are together walking down the hall toward the information board. Um, upon getting back, roll a perception check with a DV of 12.
Well, there it goes.
From your positioning, you can see the way that the lighting is on the back of the board. You can see that it almost lines up with the map that is on the back of the screen.
Huh. Maria, do you see that?
She turns and looks. Um, what am I looking at?
The map and the board. They line up.
She meets that DV of 12. Yeah, and I know that you weren't down there with us, but that X kind of lines up with the red light district here in Night City. Um, I think that's where the first murder is going to be. We gotta get everybody and go. Get your jacket and let's
Everybody?
say that again.
Do we need everybody?
There, I mean, not necessarily, but we do need the other detective that's on the case. So look,
Okay.
my squad car's 137. That's the one that they gave me. I'll meet you there. Let's cut to the armory. Um, Max, what are you down there doing?
Is there before I step into the armory? I want to read the name.
You what?
Before I step into the armory, I want to.
Let's go with Marcus Vega.
Marcus Vega. Okay. I'm going to step inside the armory and see if I can examine the armor.
So you see that there is a gate that is your stereotypical fenced off area, a kind of standing desk. You can see a guy that's behind the desk. He looks like that of a nomad, almost like an undercover cop, covered in tattoos, beard, shaved side of the head. um, a gang-related tattoo for a specific gang in Night City. Don't ask me which one it is because I don't have that pulled up. Um, but you can tell he exudes undercover cop.
I'm gonna walk up to him and strike up a cigarette. And
He
I'm gonna
looks
ask him.
he
Oh,
looks
go
at
ahead.
you at the corner of his eye. If you give me a moment, um, I'll be right with you. Um,
Take all the time
roll
you need.
roll perception with a DV10. From what you can tell, he is playing the what looks to be last level of a game that you would remember is Tetris.
I'm gonna look. I want to watch him intently on and see if he's gonna win or not.
All right, we're gonna use. Let's see, 1 through 3. He succeeds. 4, 5, 6. It ends horribly. You see that it is going at a quite fast pace, and it's just building and building and building till you finally hear that music drop, the screen flash, and the old school retro Game Boy gets sent flying across the warehouse. He stands up and he
I
looks.
audibly gasp.
He puts his hands down. His head's kind of hung a little low. Yeah, what's up?
I bet that shit was expensive.
Yeah, dime a
Well,
dozen if you know what you're looking for.
well, I'm here to pick up some communicators.
All right. You know the drill. How many?
Mm, gonna be quite a lot. Kind of need 5.
Okay. What else?
That Game Boy you crushed.
What about it?
Let me get it.
The fuck do you want it for?
The kid here.
He looks over and he's like, new recruit or something?
You could say that.
What what department they putting him in?
IT.
He's
Here,
like,
show him the flash drive. Or show him the hard drive thing.
I pull out I pull out the hard drive and I show it to him.
it
Kind of important, right?
clearly says right on the the hard drive property of NCPD, and he's just, I mean, I guess it could be important. I mean, a lot of these things get trashed and then there's nothing on them, but either way, communicator, trash Game Boy, what else?
You got anything exotic?
I mean, what do you
Maybe.
want?
I don't know. What are you afraid to give me?
I mean, okay, listen. Do you know how evidence works? Because
I,
I've never
I
seen you
do.
down here, so detectives must get a pass.
Yeah. I mean, we do, but I see that the tattoos. I'm pretty sure you've done some undercover, so I know.
Listen, hey, I get it. I get it.
Mm,
My thing is, I'm not afraid to give you anything. But unless you specifically tell me, I'm not just gonna
mm.
give you information. Like I can write it down or I can not write it down. really depends. I mean, I might
I'll tell
only
you
find
what.
communicators back there.
I'll tell you what. Where can I find Silverhand's piece for?
Uh, I mean, I don't Silverhand. I mean, you can you can find. I don't even think we got a Malorian down here
I
because
doubt it, but
because
I
you
know
know
you
that
have.
that was never recovered. You know that, right? Like, have
I
you ever even
know.
looked in the case?
I've got some loose files at home. Not really much, but I know you know somebody that can give me some exotic weapons.
Well, all right. Let me let me do some digging, and you're wanting a Malorian. You know that those motherfuckers are expensive.
That's why I said I want it for the cheap. I know you know someone.
Look, man, you got to pay one way or another. And a lot of these guys, they'll get their pound of flesh, whether it's in money or somebody's ass. So let me get your communicators. I'll I'll either give you my number or I'll pull you aside at
Let
some
me
point in time.
let me get yours. Let me get yours.
He heads over to with the paperwork, finds the walkies, um, goes and picks up the Game Boy, puts them in a box, slides you the paperwork for you to sign, and then pulls out his card, flips it, puts his cell phone on the back, and puts that in the box as well.
Okay. I wanna take the box set. Thanks, Vega.
He takes the paperwork that's been signed, pulls it off, puts it on I guess the nail board where all the sign out sheets are. Yep, I'll see you for something.
All right. I'll get in contact with you soon.
All right.
Give him a wave and walk out. Before I walk out, though, I want to hand McFly the broken game.
McFly, you have now a broken Game Boy in your inventory.
I I put it back there with the hard drive.
And let's, I guess we can head toward the, I want to start heading toward,
As you're walking out, you see Delaney on her way to you, putting on her jacket. We have to go. That paper, she's Nixie seen it. Um, it lines up with the red light district. I've already taken a photo of it, so we kind of got a roundabout area of where to go. I don't know if this is where it's gonna happen or what, but we gotta go.
all right, you lead the way.
She heads out, heads to her car where Nixie is patiently waiting. The doors unlock and she gets in, starts it up. As we all know, DVs are 10 so far on drive land vehicle. Car starts up. She rolls down the window and tells Max, I'm heading to the red light district.
Can I forget? Yeah, you can.
Meet me there.
We never took your power away.
Lights go on, and Maria and Nixie drive toward the red light district.
God, I got to drive again. Jesus, dude.
I mean, I can drive.
I mean, DV's 10 right now, unless you're going to consume more alcohol.
I can drive. I'll do it. I'll drive. I'll drive if y'all want me to.
Whoever
Okay.
wants to
Hey,
drive.
hey, kid, you
We
want to
can have
drive?
more. What's that? Maria drive. I can drive.
Yeah, they're in the drive.
Maria can drive.
Hey, kid, Go ahead and take my keys. You can drive.
You're able to start up the car, no issue, and you
I
are
want to take a
in.
sip of alcohol.
All right. Now this car is different from what you are normally used to.
Yeah, Dylan Frank.
It's a beefy vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
But you're able to control it just fine. Are you going to kind of take your own route, or are you following the detective?
Floor, floor, floor. If I
Look,
follow the
kid,
detective, can I floor?
do not floor.
Okay.
Do not floor.
I mean, you're fine right now, but if you take any corners, you're going to have to roll for to drive land vehicle again if you are going to floor it.
I mean, I could roll. Okay, I won't floor because this isn't my car. I will resist the urge to floor, and I will follow peacefully.
All right. Lights go on Maria's vehicle, the standard cop car, and she picks up pace.
As we start to follow her, I look over at Bex. Should have gotten in the car with her.
Yeah, I probably should have too.
I
As
think
she
we want to get in the car
drives.
for different reasons.
As it's shortly after 1 a.m. on the 27th, I'd probably say that it's about 4 or 5 o'clock when the discovery was made. The unsettling note left behind by the dubbed Revenant.
Marshall.
Nixie, you seem to be in a bit of a bind where guilt kind of gnaws at you for being in the position that you are.
What's up, Double?
You're in right now the role that you've been dreaming of. And although determined to contribute your part, it's still that feeling of guilt that the person and people that are circumstantial in this, that you may be filling the shoes of a dead man, kind of sets over you a little bit with each corner turned in the vehicle heading to the red light district. McFly, you know from your driving, you pretty much know the way. The thing that kind of pops up into your mind is everything that you've discovered as far as like ciphers and things like that. It's nothing it's nothing out of the ordinary. For any of the decoding that you've done at home, it was a typical Rot 13 cipher. For those of you that don't know what Rot 13 is, when they were doing messages for any decrypting of files and stuff, Rot 13 is where you take the letter that is making up a sentence and rotate it 13 times to actually find the lettering. It's known as a Caesar cipher. Um, the city itself remains largely oblivious to the impending threat. Other than the followers on Nixu's platform. It's been a few more hours. Nixie, roll 3 of the dice. and give me those 3 numbers.
Which 3?
D10s, I believe, is what we did. So you're at 179 more people. That original number of 318.
Would that not be 1,079?
You're right. That is. Never mind.
Yeah, it's 1,000. Yeah.
So add that to the 318 that has already seen the message. You're about 6 hours in. Your followers have now went up.
1397.
Yep. So while the city is largely oblivious to the impending threat, your followers have grown. So quite a few people do know about this. The chief doesn't know if we're going to increase police activity at this point because of the surge of missing reports. The atmosphere of Night City on the 27th remains true to its hustle and bustle. As you both drive, and as you both sit in the passenger seats, the neon signs blaze like electric fire, casting vibrant hues upon the rain-slicked streets. The air reverberates with a perpetual hum of machinery as its denizens continue their daily routines, seemingly oblivious to the encroaching specter of Halloween. You arrive at the red light district. The location on the map seems to be tucked away in what seems to be a serpentine style alley deep within the Night City's red light district. The car slowly comes to a halt as the alleyways get thinner and thinner. The doors open up. Maria sets foot in the alley that exudes an oppressive aura. It's uneven, flickering neon signs casting unsettling shadows on the surrounding walls. And in this area, an eerie quiet lingers. A stark transition from the phonetic energy of the nearby establishments. Nixie, you and Detective Delaney are the first to arrive, slowly followed by Max and McFly. What do you do?
I turn on my cyber eye to begin recording.
Okay. It's an eerie area. As said, the lights are even, flickering signs. It's that of what most horror movies are made out of. Um, what type of shoes are you wearing?
What type of shoes?
Correct.
Just your standard fashion type boots.
Okay. So with the blue boots, as you step out, you hear the audible click of what seems to be the cobblestone streets. Um, the streets gleam with the recent downpour. Each step riddled with uncertainty. Puddles beneath the dim lit light look inky, is the best way to describe it, until the neon signs light up and show signs of the pooled water. But as it's just to your eye, it looks like black pools of ink um, on the streets. Um, Max and McFly, you pull up. You can both see, you know, um, different brick walls that has doubled as canvases to many artists um, in this area.
You know what? I'm not too upset about the art around.
Oh yeah, it doesn't bother me at all.
By the way, here, take this. I'm gonna give him a communicator.
McFly, you now have a walkie-talkie esque communicator in your
Should I
possession.
break it like the half naked guy?
What? Say that again.
Should I break it like the half naked guy?
Ah, you see a face of disappointment brush over Max.
I laugh and put it in my pocket.
I don't know if I should even give him another one. Truth be told, we shouldn't be talking. I want to get out of the car, examine the area.
So as the four characters kind of pull together once more, the the art that you once appreciated turns into more of a twisted canvas for what looks to be a demented artist and some macabre musings. You start seeing Victorian era silhouettes of top hatted figures, horse drawn carriages, and shadowy figures that intermingle with gruesome depictions of mutilated bodies with malevolent grins. As you all four continue to walk, the shadowed area begins to illuminate a little bit with the neon signs from where you came from. The walls in cobblestone bear a nightmarish mosaic of crimson evidence, as if the alley itself weeps blood. Lifelessly, there's a body that sprawls grotesquely, reminiscent of a Victorian era murder. Her
Hmm.
throat has a gaseously been slashed. Her abdomen, but abdomen,
Abdomen.
Jesus, a badip, that's all, folks. Her abdomen endures crude mutilation that invokes visceral dread. Despite the bustling red light district, an unsettling silence pervades, intensifying the eerie ambient area. A fear and unease is tainted in the air as you all walk upon this. Um, Everybody roll. Let's do library search. Um,
Yep, hold on. Oh, shit, there's so many things in education. I gotta scroll back up. Hmm.
All right. From what this looks like to you, all of you, it's very reminiscent of the Whitechapel murders, also known as some of the Jack the Ripper cases. That was his MO.
We talking? Is it open?
Yeah, everything's open.
Okay. I want to turn to and state. Looks like our killer is taking remnants of Jack the Ripper.
Yeah. I'm gonna go get the crime scene cones, so we can start taking a few photos. And do you want me to call it in?
Definitely. Here, take this. It is a communicator.
All right, you are down to, I believe,
You
3.
being is de facto?
Um,
Buys above
yes.
Oh, hello.
Right.
Hang on a second.
It only has a mile radius, so
Yeah, I'm just going to the car real quick, grabbing that, and then I'll be right back.
call it in.
You hear on the NCPD walkies that there's been a murder in the red light district. She needs someone from forensics down,
Because
and
saying that she's
that there's no need for paramedics, as the body is DOA.
I want to, without touching it, examine the body. Look at it.
As mentioned,
give her credit on
her abdomen is crudely mutilated,
Hmm.
and you see the throat has been slit.
We're just doing GM mode at the moment. Fox is making extra general.
Is that? Oh, you got to mute. Yeah.
So you can see that the MO itself is that of all of the other murders. It's very brutal.
So no, we're discussing with everybody in the fandom, everybody in the group, that anybody who
I
comes
don't
to
know if
stream
he is.
the GCA Discord about one of the questions that we asked. Who is the top 5 GCA wrestler? In character, I hate the mess.
What kind of clothing is she?
And who is this? We're just making general
McFly,
managers.
mute your mic.
Oh shit, my bad.
She
Okay,
is
what kind of?
wearing what looks to be Victorian era clothing.
Okay.
This could be placed upon her, or this might have been her style of garb, or her work.
I'm guessing this is. I want to say out loud. I'm guessing this is a.
There
Has to be.
is, without touching the body, there's really no right or wrong answer to that.
Yeah. Okay. I want to carefully Search her pockets.
Nixie, give me a perception since you are recording everything. I need a DV of 12 because it's still very okay. While he is searching the pockets, you see the flashing neons kind of catch what looks to be a message in blood.
Where
It
at? On the
says,
wall, on the ground, on her
it's
body?
scrawled upon the wall. The drips seem to be puddled coming from her to indicate that it is her blood. The message says, "From the shadows I emerge, a dark soul reborn." It seems to be etched in a shaky hand.
I read the message out loud enough that Max would be able to hear me say it,
Mm-hmm.
followed by in blood.
So, Max, as you're carefully looking over the body and trying to find any identification or anything at all, you find a small wallet. Your hunch was correct. The ID reads Elizabeth White. Stuffed in that wallet is almost like the paperwork that was found at your desk. A grimy piece of paper adorned in ominous red and black cryptic symbols.
I want to activate the communicator and speak with Maria.
She hears the audible click of the communicator, and then you hear it click back. Yeah, the sound of a trunk closing.
I want to see if you can run a name, Elizabeth White. See if you have any kind of, see if anybody in the precinct can get any kind of background information. Turns out that's the ID of
The blood that was on the map that we found in the evidence. It's her.
yeah.
Great. Yeah, let me put it into the database and we'll go from there. McFly, roll perception. DV of 12. You catch the paperwork that he pulls out of the wallet. You know that this is a amalgamation of modern and archaic signs. Could be something, could be nothing. None of the symbols
And
you.
I was just gonna ask, can I translate? Would that be cryptography?
Yes. Let's do since it's something that you have not done before, we'll keep it the DV of 12.
Shit. Alright. Fucking A.
You're not really able to make out any of the things that are on there. Maybe if you had a little bit more time to study, something might hit your brain of what these signs are. Um, along with that, there's bloodstains that blot the map that seem to obscure some different areas of um, the archaic signs, and could be on purpose, could be simply coincidental.
I want to examine the paper.
Okay. What are we examining on the paperwork itself?
Any resemblance to the other paper I found at my desk? Any
The
correlation?
the only correlation is that it seems to be ripped from the same blank canvas or same book. Um, it has the same coloration, the same smell um, of that paperwork, the area that you're at, um, with all the moisture in the air. Um, could be because of the rain. Um, but that's about it as far as what correlates, other than a lot of the symbols are written in that same style of writing, very sharp and to the point.
I want to inform Maria that I want to contact Maria again.
The communicator beeps. Yeah. What's up?
I found another piece of paper. Seems like our killer left.
All right. What's with this one?
I don't know. It has some strange symbols. Not really sure. I was hoping you could take a look at it.
Yeah, as far as the information that's come back on her, she's been arrested a couple of times for uh, indecent exposure, um,
Hmm.
which is, I guess, indicative of the time, because I know that a lot of the clothing options here in Night City are a little bit relaxed as of late. She looks like to be about 40 something years old, so she's been in and out of the system a while.
Mm.
Um,
Does she got an address?
the actually, the only address is that's pulling up is kind of a just a location here, on this street, right down from where we are. So
Hmm. It might be the next place we have to go.
um
Can I examine the area to see if there's a camera?
let's roll perception to see what we see.
Okay.
DV of 12. You scour the area. Um, it seems very few and far between where you find anywhere a camera would be. Um, the closer that you get to the neon signs that work is actually where you start seeing cameras. But in this area, it seems this area has gone unwatched. Um, It could be the citizens of the area. It could be the business owners not wanting any type of big brother watching or being able to watch what goes on in this area because of the illegal activity. But you really don't see anything. Maria finally makes her way back over to where you're at and takes the paper from you and starts looking it over, going through the crudely sketched map that seems to be marked with the symbols and things like that. Let's see, what did I have? DV 12.
Mhm.
She sits down or kneels with the paper in hand, going over different areas and different symbols. She turns to Nixie. Do you have a notepad?
I always have a way to record.
But do you have a notepad?
Oh,
Yes.
Okay, let me have it. And she starts going down all the different symbols.
I want to toss her a radio communicator.
Nixie, you have a radio communicator coming to you.
I just kind of look at him like, the fuck?
Since we are looking at him like, the fuck, roll an athletics with a DV of 12 to see if you catch this.
Oh, Lord.
You catch it with ease. It is open discussion for now while Maria is deep in writing all this information.
So what is this for?
Your media, you know what it is for.
But
Yeah,
from
she doesn't
you,
care.
what
I
is
thought
this
she
for?
was no longer.
No, specifically from you, what is this for?
I want to pull from my jacket a drink, start sipping it.
So it seems like he is not going to give you any information to this.
Look, you
And
can
see,
either use it or
idiotic
not. It's up to
comments.
you.
This is what our taxes pay for. Drunk
Said you,
cops.
I said you could either use it. Up to you. Did you see why I didn't want to talk to her?
I mean, does she actually pay taxes? She doesn't seem like the type.
I pay
She,
my
br-
share.
she brings it on to herself.
She probably charges it back for light fixtures.
And on top of that, I'm pretty sure that's not true because I talked to Miss Sinclair and it seems like you're having issues with paying.
Don't tell me she's broke.
No, there are some things that I feel money would be better spent on.
She ain't pulling no views. You see how she's moving the goalpost?
What do
Maybe
you
like
expect from a person like her?
a couple new cops would be
I'm pretty sure I
yeah.
could probably set up a tube channel now and probably get more views than her.
Probably could. Wouldn't be surprised. You got the personality for it, kid.
I don't know about that. People don't like me. I don't know why,
People
because I
don't.
like people.
People don't like her. People like you.
I mean, they probably don't like her because she pukes everywhere.
Maria stands up and motions for whomever to walk over.
I walk over there because I'm tired of this conversation.
I continue to drink.
I look around, scan the area.
So the conversation that you overhear is, if you look, and she starts pointing at all of the what looks like to be random blood stains. They're all covering letters. And it looks like if you read it the way that scrolls were written, it says, "The past holds the key to the present, and the stars align in reflection of history." DV of 12.
A DV of 12. What are we rolling?
That was for me.
Oh,
She barely made it. Is there like a place around here where like what are they called? The people that are stargazers, a- astronomers maybe? Is there like a place where they would go?
um, like I think they're called planetariums, maybe
Either something like that or
like a
the best,
telescope.
yeah, yeah. Something like that. Where the stars would align.
I'm pretty sure there's a science museum of some sort, or we could go on the roof of our apartment and just get a telescope.
I don't think that he really means look at the stars. I think it's more of a physical place. Like the stars align in the reflection because how telescopes work. It's a it's almost like our eyes. So that's where I'm coming up. Max, what do you think?
You said where the stars align.
Past holds the key to the present, and the stars align in the reflection of history.
Past holds the key to the present. I have no idea. I'm not gonna lie to you. 3 sheets to the wind.
Let's roll that resist drug and torture and see where we're at. Your tolerance is high, so we will do DV of 10.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that you're 3 sheets to the wind, but you're where you want to be.
Hmm.
So
What do you? So what do you think, kid?
I don't know. What was the past holds the key to the present? And what was the other part of it?
Maria, what was the rest of it?
she looks down at her paper. The past holds the key to the present, and the stars align in the reflection of history.
How much do I know about history? Would that be like an educational thing?
A
Um,
museum? A club?
let's see. Probably, because I'm not um, seeing anything else.
Would it be education, like straight up education?
Why not? I mean,
What would I need to meet to?
I'll keep it at a DV12.
Can't wait to get that 14 with a -3 again. Oh,
You remember that
Hey,
there are a few different places around the city that this could be. There is a planetarium that would have the view of stars aligned because you would be able to look at anywhere in the sky. Um, there is a few different buildings around the
building.
city um, that would be good spots for the community of what we will dub as stargazers to kind of set up. Um, so you know of a few different places that this could be, maybe from trips during school.
okay. So I'm gonna pass that information to them. I'm gonna let them know about the places that I think it can be.
Maria kind of uses, or not uses, but looks to Max and Nixie. I'm still not too familiar with the city, so it's kind of up to you. She kind of glances over at Nixie. Can you help deduce the situation?
Say again.
Can you provide any information of where it could be? From the information that McFly presented in his area of education, let's use deduction to see if you can come across which one that it might be.
Okay, where's deduction at?
Education, middle row, third down.
Oh.
You meet the DV12. So something about that rang a little familiarity in your mind. Um, the past holds a key to the present, and the stars align in the reflection of history. You know that there is a building in Night City covered in mirrors that is actually um, the court case, like where they hold all the information on all the court cases, and that there has been a few stories that has been done from that rooftop, and some of them have had telescopes set up in that background as if that's used for stargazing. So, from your deduction, it seems like that is the high probability of the
Oh.
location that they speak of.
Maria, I think we ought to go to the Mira building
That seems like the best location to start.
Yeah, you said that it was like the record hall. I mean, it would make
The archive,
sense.
yes.
I mean, it does make sense. What do you two think? I mean, all the past uh, issues, court cases and information is held there, so that could be the past holds the key to the present, and in the reflection of history, I mean, all the documents are there.
Might be a good place to start.
All right. Do you do you want to wait until forensics gets here?
Yeah, I'll wait.
All right. I guess while you wait, I'm gonna go ahead and head that way.
Hey, take the kid with you.
Oh, yeah, I'll take them both. Time slips away as night becomes day and day becomes night. It's already been 24 hours. It's October 28th. Your group tirelessly pursues this investigation with what seems to be unwavering determination. Steadily, everyone's gathering crucial information. Maria walks to the car, hits the unlock button. All right, both of you with me. Max, I guess we'll meet you there. As everyone departs in the vehicle, minus Max, still largely the city remains oblivious to the looming threat. But a growing number of individuals begin to take note on different platforms. Night City gradually is transforming for Halloween. Some clubs, some bars commence promoting Halloween themed events as you drive to this next destination. However, it's not the dormant focus of the city's nightlife right now. Max, forensics gets there and they start setting up to run everything. Are you heading out? All right, he will be back. So, our squad car makes it to the building. Car gets put in park. Marie gets out. All right, so this is the spot.
Yep.
All right. I guess it's to the roof. Kind of rubs her head a little bit. It's been a long few days. Um, it seems like she is running on fumes. You both, McFly and Nixie, recall the conversation with Max and Delaney about how once a body shows up, another body shows within the next day. So it seems like everything is seamlessly leading as the previous cases have. Um, with it being early morning in the archives, no one is working. Does anyone have any lockpicks in their inventory?
Uh, no. Hold on, wait, actually. Wait a second. Wait a second.
While you're scouring your gear, Max, forensics arrives. Are you heading out to that location?
I'm headed straight to the location.
All right. You see storefronts begin to adorn their windows with Halloween themed displays, um, augmented interpretations of classic monsters. Um, as Halloween, starts to approach, you can see different clubs that are promoting Halloween themed events. Um, it's early morning. Um, you can see where you're going, a bit of sunrise gleaming off of the building. And as you pull up, you see McFly, Nixie, and Detective Delaney all rustling through their bags looking for something.
What's the holdup?
I've got a
Um,
lockpick.
we were trying to get in the building. Nixie, utilize your lockpick skill, DV of 12.
Um, do we know what that's under?
Lockpick was under, because I've seen it earlier.
Technique.
Should be just lockpick.
No, it's
Oh, it's under technique. Okay, I found it.
You are able to, well, never
Oh
mind,
wait. Oh, why is there two rolls?
because
Yeah, because
you used your medical tech first, and
I
then
never
you.
clicked that.
I'm just saying, it rolled twice for two different skills.
Weird. Okay.
That lockpick is not budging.
you can try mine. I want to
You
activate cyber arm lockpick.
all right? Let's roll for our internal lockpick.
Let's see. It shoots the information out there.
Yeah,
How do I read it?
you'll roll lockpick. You should have a plus in there. If you don't,
Let's see.
whatever you roll, give a +1 to it since you do have it integrated into your arm. All right, you met the DV of 12.
Okay.
The door pops open and the alarms at the building go off.
I want to walk into and scan the.
Repeat that.
I want to walk into the room, walk into the building, and scan for a some sort of security box or security code input, maybe on the wall or something like.
Yeah, you can see that right down from the door itself is the alarm system.
Hey, kid, you think you can hack that?
probably.
Maria's on the phone right now to the precinct to let them know to disregard the alarm that is coming from your location.
Kid, see if you can hack that.
Which skill will we roll?
Let's see.
Probably electronic security tech.
Yeah, I would go with that under technique.
I guess it seems more like a making thing, but hey, I'll do it. I don't know what the BB was. I didn't ask. I forgot. Sorry.
I'm gonna let it pass since I didn't throw it out there. The alarm system chirps. As the alarm system chirps, the lights in the area where you're at begin to slowly flicker on.
Can I examine the room just to?
As of right now, the area that you're in, you're in a lobby of sorts. There is a check-in desk where there are 4 different elevators. There is a security room all on this floor.
Okay. Let me. I guess let's go to. I'm gonna head to record.
All right, you are heading to records from the sign that is behind reception. Records is 3rd floor. Is anyone going with him?
Yeah, I'll go.
All right. Maria says to the group, I'm going to the rooftop.
And I will follow Maria.
All right. 2 elevators dinging at the floor. 2 get into the one for records, and 2 get in for the rooftop. The elevators both ascend. As the doors open on the records floor, the lights slowly begin to illuminate, and you are on what seems to be a hall full of records. A desk sits to greet, but no one there.
I want to see if I can find some information on Elizabeth White and the Jack the Ripper file.
So, as far as files on Jack the Ripper themselves,
Mm-hmm.
you're not really going to find anything as far as case files go, with it being something that happened so long ago that wasn't in the States and that wasn't in Night City. But you will be able to find the case file on Miss White.
Okay. I want to obtain them.
Okay, they are in a box that is, your stereotypical evidence box. Um, pretty light box itself.
Okay. I want to examine the things that are in the box.
So there's a couple of fake IDs in the case file in general. It's the different things that she's been arrested for.
Mm-hmm.
One was before prostitution was deemed as being an illegal practice. Her last known arrest is because she did not have a license to actually work in that industry. She was not a part of a brothel per se. Um, so basically, working the streets without the proper license. Um,
Okay.
is
I
is
want
Yeah, is there
Go ahead.
anything specific that you're actually looking for in the file?
No, I wanted to pocket all the information. Then make my way up to Maria.
All right. McFly, is there anything on this floor that you're gonna attempt to connect to? And
Yeah, I'll scan to see if there is anything.
the only thing that pops up whenever you run your scan via the computer system that is on this floor is there is a box that is on one of the shelves that is not filed.
No mystery, intrigue. I literally say that out loud. As I as I go, I want to check on that box.
As you make your way over, you find a stereotypical box, crudely put together. And in that box is a bloodied knife. Roll perception DV of, let's do 10. You notice the area that you're actually in is where the letters meet for Z.
Hey, Max, look at this.
What am I looking at?
He
I'm
presents a
gonna.
box to you that holds a bloodied knife.
Were there any records on this?
Not that I've seen. It's just here on its own. It's completely isolated from everything else in this room.
Okay. Don't touch that knife.
Yeah, nah.
We're gonna send that to forensics. See if they can if
Before
that
we get ready to
is.
send it anywhere, I wipe the spaces where I personally touched it.
You talking about the box, or are you talking
Yeah,
about? Oh, okay, yeah,
I
yeah.
haven't
I'm
touched
not
the
where I'm.
box. But I still that's fine. I still don't want my
I got you. I got you.
anything associated with.
I got you.
Going
All right.
to the rooftop. The elevator
Yes.
dings. Maria and Nixie, you are at the rooftops of this building. You can see from this almost remote rooftop, it towers over some of the other buildings in the area, affording a bit of a panoramic view of Night City's neon skyline. Almost immediately, you're taken aback by the view of Night City as you see a lifeless body positioned grotesquely on the rooftop. Maria walks
Oh my
over.
god.
This is everyday stuff. I know it's a lot coming from your industry, but I mean, this is kind of what you wanted in school. So I guess now you get this up close view of the world.
There were a lot of things that I wanted in school that I never got.
Marriage,
This
I'm
is a bit
assuming.
much.
Yeah, well, as you both look over the body, you can see almost just like the letter that was found on the last body. a message carved into the chest of this individual. This time they're all different types of letters. No real symbols on this one. Maria reaches into her pocket and pulls out latex gloves and slips them on. Nixie, what are you doing at this time now that you have been taken aback from the view of the city?
I'm not really looking at the view of the city anymore. I'm more focused on the dead body of just documenting and recording. I do turn to Maria and ask her, when can I upload this footage?
I mean, let's at least look over everything here, and then, I mean, we've done everything that we can at the previous one. I mean, honestly, if you want to, you can go ahead and release that information while I go over all of this. Kind of up to you on that.
So I'm going to go ahead and release the first incident's footage, but without any context.
Do you want to go over what you release, or do you just want to release it?
I upload the videos of the message written in blood and the section where Detective Max is touching the body without gloves.
So,
And
so even though that he was careful in the sense of not muddying the crime scene, it seems like he still muddied the waters in your eyes.
yes.
Upon releasing your information, you look back at the body. Roll perception, DV of 12. You know exactly who this person is. This is a fairly big name in the journalism world. This is Jonathan Cruz, aka Johnny Cruz, a predominant journalist on much of the murders in Night City, and he has unfortunately become a statistic of what he himself reported upon.
Well, this doesn't look good for me.
The elevator dings behind you. It is Max and McFly. You've now stumbled upon the next crime scene. Detective Maria, in her gloves, looking over the body, pulling out a note found on the body. As she begins to open this letter, there's what looks to be just random letters written on this paper. As you both walk up, you see that the same message that is on the paperwork that she has been written in to our victim's chest. and that like talking as far as from the perspective of someone that follows and researches this type of thing, to carve these things into someone's chest is a painstaking task. Um, so it's one of those like they took their time, and they would know that this body, that they wouldn't be found doing this. Like it took a little bit of time to get this done.
Is it open floor?
It is open floor.
Maria,
I
I
want to
believe. Oh, go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, you got it.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I want to examine the lettering chest of the victim.
All right. Tweak your mic a little bit, but I do know what you're getting at. So from what you can tell, there's no specific pattern. There's just random letters carved in. A becomes X, B becomes Y, C becomes Z. It's an amalgamation of letters.
Um, I want to ask for, hey Marie, let me get that paper you just got.
She hands you the paperwork. Um, you can see the same symbols or same letters adorn this page, but both differ in a way, almost as if one message is written on the chest, the other message may be written on this paper.
I want to attempt to align the paper, the lettering that's written on the paper, and the lettering.
So you can see that you have a cipher in your hand. It's a shift of letters, as mentioned earlier, with the Rot 13, or yeah, I believe I said Rot 13. Yes, where letters would rotate 13 times. So use McFly. What did you try to use last time? Was it under?
Do I use cryptology?
I think it was
Yes.
cryptology to get a
Yes.
cipher.
Oh, I accidentally rolled last time. I accidentally rolled what's it called? Pickpocket instead of lockpick. But my lockpick is high.
Gotcha. That's
Just
fine.
an accident. Yeah.
Let's roll for cryptography.
You want me to roll it, or what are you talking about?
Max. DV is
Where
12 on that. It's under
Education.
education.
education? Cryptology.
Barely, but you got it. You start going through the different lettering that is written there. The message that is written in the chest. This is only the beginning. Seek the sign in the stars.
Um, I want to. I want to examine the stars.
So you're going to look through the telescope that's on the top of the building?
Yes.
You see, let's roll. Let's roll education with a DV of 12.
When you say roll educate, hold on,
Meaning,
actually.
if you go into education, there is an education roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
You notice some of the symbols are that of zodiac symbols.
With the other sheet of paper.
Mhm.
Hey, Maria, with the other sheet of paper, the symbols, aren't there symbols on that sheet of paper that we found on the other?
Yeah, there is, but I mean, those are the symbols that brought us here. What do you want me to look for?
I was wondering if they were zodiac symbols.
No, these are archaic symbols.
Got you.
Why are can you see the zodiac symbols from there?
Yeah, apparently, I just aligned the lettering from seek
Um,
the star.
McFly and Nixie both roll deduction from what you just heard. DV is going to be that of 12. Almost immediately, both of you recall there was a serial killer named the Zodiac. Also, Nixie, with the information that you rolled or the information that you released, let's roll and see what your followers are at.
What am I rolling?
The 3 D10s. 1,071. Add that to your follower count.
Okay.
Now,
Yeah, I want to. Oh, go ahead.
with McFly, the bit of information that you know of the Zodiac is there are always double messages. So you found one, but knowing how this killer worked, there has to be something that he's left somewhere else.
Out of character while he's thinking, what is the population of Night City, by the way?
Fucking lot.
Like 100,000?
If you're trying to reach everybody in Night City, I
Mhm.
that's not gonna happen.
Okay.
Like you're barely at a district. Like there are a lot of people in Night City.
I was just curious.
I mean,
Nope.
you've got a higher following than most. Just
Uh,
remember, anything done that ends up on social media can affect your followers. So,
yeah, with no clout. What was I what was I looking into again?
you remembered that with the Zodiac killer, there was always multiple messages left. Um, at minimum two, and you know that there was one that was obvious that was carved into the chest of the victim.
Oh, and I see anything else that seems out of place. that may lead to where the next message is.
Nothing out of the ordinary other than what you already know.
And what did that message say again?
This is the beginning. Seek the sign in the stars.
And what was that? We already looked through the telescope, right?
Yep. And you found the zodiac symbols
Okay.
that would
Have
indicate
we has anybody been to the actual Hollywood sign yet?
no, because Hollywood sign itself would be in LA, I believe.
Okay.
There is the bit of evidence that you and Max found earlier that was kind of
The knife.
put away very quickly.
It felt like it was very purposeful where it was.
Do you want to get that box from Max?
Yeah. I want to look over the box one more time and see if there's anything we might have missed in it.
So Max, it seems like McFly is wanting that box from you.
Just to look at it real quick. You can have it back. Just want to.
There. Take the box.
Maria kind of looks over. You're both handling the box without gloves. She throws a set of gloves on top of the box for McFly. She pulls out an ID. Jonathan Cruz. Anybody know who this is?
Yeah, he was the lead anchor on Homicides Within Night City.
She kind
Also,
of
he was media.
rests. She rests her, I guess, the hilt of her hand on her temple. So essentially, the guy that you're replacing at the moment
Yeah,
is. Oh, okay. Um,
looks real good for me right now, doesn't it?
you know,
It's like I'm on
circum
a double-edged sword.
or yeah,
So
I
you
mean,
you could be next.
Or get blamed.
well, I mean,
Or both.
you've there
Or
is that
both.
chance, but luckily I've kind of been with you, so you at least have some type of reputable person to vouch for you because from what I've seen, these two they're
Oh, they would throw
not
me under the bus in a heartbeat.
I don't know, Senora Maria. I don't like the cut of her jib. I know y'all used to go to school together, but she's changed over the years.
I
well
don't
I
even know who she is.
Except for her follower count. That's been the
Hell,
same for
hell,
years.
she can't even pay rent.
well, it's a struggle. We all run through ordeals in life. Um, so what's in the box?
Well, looks like it's murder weapon.
Uh,
Let's roll perception upon opening the box, McFly. You notice that there's symbols, or not symbols, but lettering that is etched into the knife.
can we? Uh, decipher. What is that? Is that what is that, cryptography, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
DV of 12. So, upon using the cipher that was left, the letters adorn both sides. The way that it would read to you is, in the city where secrets whisper, seek the notes of sorrow. A lover's dirge echoes where music once bloomed, guiding your path through the shadows.
Can you
So
repeat that because your audio kind of cut out?
In the city where secrets whisper, seek the notes of sorrow. A lover's dirge echoes where music once bloomed, guiding your path through the shadows.
That sounds like the blues, maybe music row. Music row. We need to go to music row.
There is a music row of Night City. What brings you to that conclusion?
The sorrow of the lovers with the musical notes where music used to bloom.
And the same correlation could be used with Seek the Stars, double
Be a
hidden.
former.
Well, I was thinking the stars were like literal stars. I wasn't thinking that, but
Well, in general, that double meaning. Um, so the stars being what's aligned in the sky to dictate who he is mimicking, and also stars being those on Music Row. Everybody roll perception with a DV of 12. So, Nixie and Max, you know that there is a hotel, almost an apartment of sorts, that on the outside is celestial themed, zodiac themed, if you will, that sits on Music Row.
I remember that there's a hotel has some stupid theme with the stars we can to close to Music Row.
Maria
well,
pockets the ID and calls in forensics, telling them that there is another body at this location. She slips off her gloves, turning them inside out with her thumbs, putting them in the evidence box. So, I guess I'm following you guys. Um,
You're following her, not
oh,
me.
so okay, so then we're just. I
Yeah.
mean, all right. Well, that's fine.
Hey, that's her alibi. You're her alibi. So it only makes sense if y'all stick together, right?
I mean, that's true, but then there's also corroboration you know, you could, you know, both of you, actually, all three of you could work together. I get that she's a media and you don't like them, but at the same time, it's kind of a give and
Hell,
take.
hell, it seems like you don't like her either.
Listen, there's a lot going on if she looks up, and this case is it's a lot. It's a lot.
Look, there's a reason why you hadn't hit. You don't seem like the friendly type, and you don't seem like you like to keep in contact with people. I can relate. So,
Life gets in the way of especially detective work. Um, I've kind of touched on this with her.
oh yeah, sounds like an
This
excuse to me.
this life in general is not one for friends. And then, of course, you get close to some people, and then they end up um, biting a bullet, if you will.
Well, I'm gonna look down at the news media, the dead media guy that's on the. He must have had a friend like just like you are.
Upon glancing down, where do you keep your sidearm?
Oh, right hip.
Let's roll. When's the last time you had a swig?
Nah, it was it was before we got into the building. It was when it was when walked up to when she walked up to Maria and she was having a about about something. It was back at
Gotcha.
that was before Maria went in. Oh, that was after. That was after.
Okay. So the investigation is now coming to its end at this location. As previous, day became night, night became day. The city is now illuminated again as Maria and Nixie head to the next location. McFly, are you staying with Max or are you riding with the ladies?
Stay with Max again.
All right.
In fact, I'll drive. I'll drive again.
So, as Nixie and Maria walk out, the crew arrives and are kind of intercepted by them. Where's this one at? Uh, Maria just kind of points toward the roof. Ah, okay. They get up there. That last location, 24 hours. That's how long they've been, you know, unalived, dead, decaying. Maria looks over to him. This one will probably be 2 days. That's usually how it works. Is they all die on the same day, and then they're just scattered upon the next few days. So prepare. Car. They walk over to the car, get in. and head to the next location. The elevator dings, and Max, there is forensics yet again, giving you the same information that he gave Maria.
It's good to see you again, buddy. Looks like they got you hard at work.
Y'all. So
Not us.
the
killer.
Yeah, but you guys call. Most of the time that we're out here doing this, it's not so connected, but case by case basis. So, um, with most of the bodies, do you play the lottery?
Nah, I never believed in it.
Yeah, so we can't play.
Mm.
And normally the reason that I ask is because I know that you're apparently not one for rules. But yeah, I mean, so far with this case, let's see, what is today? Uh, technically, we'll see whenever I finish. It'll either be on the 28th count or it'll be on the 29th. We'll see. We're not too far from midnight anyway, so we'll see. Where are you guys heading next?
Headed towards that hotel.
What hotel?
The one that's by Music Row, the one that resembles the wait. Am I talking to the GM or am I talking
You're talking to the forensics guy.
mm, mm.
So the hotel on Music Row?
Yeah, it's close to Music Row. A little
All
bit
right.
further down the street.
So listen, just because I have a feeling that this is going to happen, when I'm done here, instead of going back to the precinct, do you want me to just head over there?
I don't know, man. Honestly. The killer could be lurking about, man. You could be the next victim, so if I were you, I'd be careful.
But you could also be the next victim as well.
I can defend myself though.
He kind of opens up his medical bag and pulls out a scalpel and kind of stabs it there, and he was like, I think I got this.
I want to flash him both of my shotguns. I'm pretty sure you can, but I want you to go back to the precinct. I don't want your blood on it.
Oh, I guess. All right, well, stop being around my crime scene.
All right. Hey, you want a swig of alcohol? You seem like you look like you need it.
I literally told you at the precinct that I'm not going to drink.
Okay. Telling you, man. It's a myth.
Your
I'm telling
liver
you.
is
I'm gonna
going
walk.
to explode. Do you not understand that? You're gonna,
I want to ignore him and continue walking off.
and he
Tell you,
continues
man,
to talk
it's a myth.
as the elevator's doors close. You're going to end up having to get a replacement. Whatever. McFly, did you go with Max, or are you?
Yeah, I'm just walking along, listening. In fact, while we're sitting in the elevator, I'm leaning there, scrolling through my phone. I'm like, no, he has a point, though.
So as you're scrolling your phone, you can see that there has been evidence that has been put out yet again on the last location. Nixie, are you going to release any of the new information from this scene?
Yes.
All right. As you're scrolling your phone and refresh, you see a new article get posted about the scene that you guys just left that Nixie posted. Let's go ahead and roll our 3d10 again. 333 followers, so not as many on this one. It seems Night City could be bored. It could just be that it is almost the 29th. Max and McFly, you both arrive at your vehicle. As we all four traverse Night City. It is 12:01. It's officially October 29th. Night City now experiences a unique blend of anticipation as well as dread as Halloween approaches. The transformation that you all see as you traverse, you see different festive preparations that are put out. Night City and the businesses are preparing for Halloween, adorning the streets with eerie decorations, including jack-o'-lanterns and chilling lighting that casts unsettling shadows. Different nightclubs and bars will start opening their doors today for pre-Halloween parties. The venues are bound with extravagant decorations, themed cocktails, costume contests to heighten anticipation. It seems like the local news station has picked up on the social media platform buzz of all of the murders that have taken place in Night City. It's been several days since any of you had any sleep. As Maria and Nixie pull up to the location, you can spot out of the windows, there's one that gives off a bead of a red glow. Maria stands at the car looking up. I think we're going to wait on Max and, as he calls it, the kid, as she throws up quotation marks.
Well,
I think it's that room.
well, while we're waiting, can I talk to you about something?
Um, sure. What are we talking about?
Well, you being back in town after so long made me realize how much I miss you being around.
Look, you know, I'm sorry for not keeping in touch, but you know, you see what a homicide detective deals with.
I get it, but do you think maybe you could stay a few extra days after all of this is over?
Um, possibly. So I've technically been transferred from San Francisco to LA and then transferred from LA to Night City. So technically, I'm on NCPD time right now until I go back. So, I mean, This is kind of my hub right now. So yeah, probably.
Well, do you think that just for right now, until the situation changes, you and I could maybe hang out more
I don't see that as really being a problem.
and seeing more of each other than what we currently see?
I mean, right now we're going on
No,
probably
no, 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 no. Like maybe stay the night at a hotel or my place
roll
or yours.
persuasion.
Mm.
I mean, it's a good possibility. But let's kind of put that on the back burner with everything that's going on.
Well, of course. I mean, I don't want to like rush things.
It kind of feels a little European to me.
Well, this has just been the first
Let's roll
opportunity.
perception. DV is 12. You get the slight joke. European, Russian.
Mm-hmm. This has just been the first opportunity that I've had alone with you that I could talk to you. And I'm trying to get it all out while I have the chance.
Yeah,
You
let's
never know. We might die tonight.
well, I wouldn't say that. So let's wait on them and we'll see how things go.
Okay.
Max, you and McFly pull up to the area and you see that the detective and Nixie are outside of this hotel apartment esque area.
What are you two waiting on me for?
Uh, as we walk up, I look around and start sniffing the air. It smells like disappointment over here.
I mean, this is quite the sad part of the city, so I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah. Well, anyway, what are we
So
doing now?
while the reason that we're waiting out here is both of you roll perception DV of 10. She kind of nudges her head up and it's fairly obvious which room y'all are going to. The light that emits from the third floor is red as if the windows have been spattered with blood.
Looks like we got another victim.
Don't forget our gloves this time.
Yeah, y'all walking around touching bodies is,
I never touched the body.
well, I mean, he
I work
did,
missing. I work missing person. So
and you
I never
don't
do
use
murder
gloves.
with missing people.
I mean, you
When
have to
do,
investigate areas. last of the kidnappings. You know, I mean, do you never go to crime scenes?
I do,
And you
but
know,
here in Night City, things work differently.
you keep saying that, but it all kind of works the same. But you do you.
Say that to my friend's dead reporter.
Hey, people die every day.
Yeah, more often in Night City, like you stated earlier. I want to start heading upstairs.
Yeah, apparently. Um, she goes ahead and slips on her gloves and follows suit. Let's see. No
Ah,
elevator, only stairs.
of course.
Oh, these are the worst.
You arrive on
Nah,
the
you
third
know what?
floor.
I'll have fun jogging up the stairs. I'll make it into like a little game.
What does that game consist of?
Like just like I don't know for like hopscotch type thing. What I need to do, roll athletics.
No. So you guys arrive on the third floor.
That'd have
Door
been dirty.
is the door is slightly ajar. As you walk in, you see that it's slightly claustrophobic in this apartment.
Ladies
This,
first.
as she walks in, the scene unfolds within the confines of a claustrophobic apartment located in kind of a rundown building that bears witness to the tragic end of another victim. The three of you roll perception.
Perception.
And Jesus,
You
Oh,
goddamn!
wanna know what's fucked up is that I like have to like double click it. I'm like this shit. I don't know. Roll 20 gotta get his shit right.
Nixie, roll perception, please. All right. Um, you notice the posters and things that are scattered around the apartment. Bear witness, well, not bear witness, but bear different photographs. The name that continuously pops up on these posters is that of Jesus. Where is it? Neon Nocturne. And you also recognize that one of the people that's in this band happens to be someone that lives on your floor.
Hmm.
So back to the scene. This claustrophobic apartment paints a vivid picture of her artistic aspirations and what seems to be a darkness that consumed her. The room exudes a very oppressive atmosphere with dim lit areas struggling to penetrate through the moth eaten curtains. It smells of stale cigarette smoke, carrying the weight of forgotten dreams. The apartment is cluttered with musical instruments, including a neglected piano with missing keys, a dusty violin case, discarded sheets of music litter the floor. Several frame posters from what looks to be past performances, maybe, hung crookedly on walls, serving as stark reminders of a once vibrant aspiration. And there, a lifeless body rests on a shabby living room floor. Once passionate eyes now stare lifelessly at the cracked ceiling, a tragic witness to her untimely demise. The hands have been bound in red silk stockings that had stolen her life. The ligatures have left painful marks on her wrist, symbolizing the tragedy of her fate. Around her neck, you can see the marks of strangulation. Throughout the apartment, the haunting melody echoes of what seems to be a band playing. For Nixie, since you're the only one that rolled good, you recognize the music as that from the poster. Right off the bat, you can kind of put two and two together that this is a ex-band member of your flatmate, Ivy Rose. Detective Maria goes over to the body, gloves on, going through for any ID, and she finds the ID that says Emily Walker.
Maria, this chick is connected to one of the dwellers at my apartment.
So, well, I mean, we've got the ID, but does anyone have their number? Like, who is it?
It's Ivy.
You say that as if I should know that name.
The kid knows her like really well. Like they're always together in his apartment. It's kind of weird.
She
But
turns to look at
I'm
McFly.
trying to look at both of them like that's not true.
So, does anyone
I hope to
aside
like
from you?
wife. I know her. I mean, we've all worked together before. I don't know why she's acting like she don't know her. They were like throwing stuff and jumping from cars and doing fucking
I mean, I
kickflips
know who she is, but
together.
you know her better
Like
than me because you hang out with her in your apartment.
she lives literally next door. We all live in the same space. We all
Yeah,
know her.
but I don't go in your
As far as
apartment.
Oh my
contacting her,
gosh.
I don't know how to contact her, but we could easily just
I'm gonna
talk.
take a swig from my Jesus, listening.
I've never been in your apartment. She's been in your apartment, so that means you know her more than I do.
Why are you watching my apartment like that? That's weird.
Yeah, you
As you
don't.
stated, we live all in the same building.
I don't know. It sounds like you have some kind of vested interest in my apartment.
Can
But
you two
anyway,
please calm
as it
down?
goes,
We
I'm,
have a
I'm
dead body here.
So,
I
Investigate.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The case. She's talking about my apartment. So I don't.
McFly, you recall your last interaction with Ivy one on one. You actually did get her number for any of the excursions that she went on where she would need help deciphering the code of any
Oh yeah, for the credit card.
chips that she may come across. So you would be the one to actually be able to reach out to her to let her know.
Uh, Should I do this over the phone? This seems pretty informal.
I would at
So
least let her know. Maybe she can come down and, I mean, maybe even
Want her to
pay her.
identify the body?
I mean,
I asked with like a very like ugh face.
I
Like
mean, it's. I mean, it. She looks like the girl in the photos, but body is kind of bloated at the moment because I don't know if you remember. She turns to Max. Everybody that's been found at the previous scenes has been days old. So the first one's been dead for 24, second 48. We're on we're on day 3 now. It's I know that if someone found someone that I was connected to dead, I would at least want to know.
I mean, honestly, I would too, but
Honestly, I would call her and at least give her the information, if she wants to come down. I mean, uh, we'll be here for a little while. We still have to look for something, some type of evidence for this
sounds like a
area.
plan.
So go ahead and give her a call and at least let her know.
Kid, just give her a call.
all right.
you do have her number.
Wait, is he calling her real life?
I hope not. Ring, ring. Hello.
Not to let
My bad. My bad.
because I was gonna say something real fucked up. So I was trying not to.
So gather your bearings. Gather your bearings for a moment, and then we'll do a little cutoff. Almost at the same time, um, these nights have been dark and stormy, and unbeknownst to our characters, while they investigate the scene of the Boston Strangler, the apartment complex where our characters live has grown oddly silent. A key figure in one of our players' lives that resides in the same apartment complex has mysteriously disappeared. Her absence leaves behind a terrified and traumatized child. It seems that this single mother has been abducted, and the sole witness is a young child by the name of Lily, who was awake during this abduction. Because she's the sole witness to the harrowing event, the only thing that she can remember is someone that lives in the above floor. That would be another character of ours, which is Creed. Let's see if Creed is on here. All right, so Creed, you are here. If you want to join in on the conversation, feel free to. But a knock at Creed's door early morning of October 30th happens.
What time is it?
It's probably about 2 a.m. on the 30th.
Alright. I grab my weapon, my heavy pistol. I ask, who is it?
You can hear sobbing from the other side, and the only word that you can make out is "Mom's gone."
Slowly open the door with my pistol pointed.
And your pistol is face to face with the young lady, the daughter of Sarah, the mother that you helped whenever you guys first arrived at the apartment complex.
Take a second, I look at her, I examine to see if there's any bomb attached to her or anything.
You see nothing of the sorts, just a crying child in front of your door at 2 a.m.
I put my pistol away and invite her in. Well, I grab her hand and pull her in for a hug.
She is still bawling, but takes your embrace.
I can't do what the fuck? Oh my god. Alright. Hold on. Back in character. What's going on?
She explains there was a man in a red mask that took her mom.
I think to myself something that I'm not going to say right now, but I'm going to just try to get this little girl to rest for tonight.
As far as motherly figures in the apartment complex, even though that you're close to Envy, she doesn't seem like the mother type, nor does Ivy or Nixie. So you are stuck with this little girl, consoling her as she cries. The only people that you connected with in the apartment complex on a personable note, and one of them's missing. You feel, knowing that there is a detective that lives adjacent to you. You do have his contact information that you could reach out to him via call or text about the situation if you wanted to.
Well, actually, the first thing we're going to do is go into my phone and go into my documents about the jester. I'm going to document just how long I knew his mom, and I'm going to figure out the time frame that I knew her, how close we were, and the time of death, or more so, when this child came to my room. I want to make sure I document all of this to understand just how the jester works
Okay. Have you done this previously?
all the time. Like,
So,
and that's why when I was telling out of character, when I was telling y'all that I was checking on this chick or whatever, I wanted to. It's almost kind of like an experiment. So, cause I'm trying to figure out how to catch and see how the jester works.
So
So
there
I want to document
is,
this.
yeah. So from your past engagements with your personal investigation into the jester, nothing would add up. Like there's not even a timeline that is close to being like this. Normally there's about a year time, maybe 6 months at minimum. But you've probably only been at this apartment complex for about 3 months. So it's oddly quick to correlate with the personal standpoint or issues that the jester has in your life.
Completely dead end once again. All right. But yeah, I'm going to try to comfort the kid. And I'm going to let her have my bed for tonight if she needs it. And I'm not going to contact Max tonight. I'll contact Max in the morning.
All right. So that is where we are leaving this part of our episode. We have a missing person, we have a dead body, and we have a traumatized child. Until next time, keep your eyes out. We'll be posting more content as soon as we can.